lazy. Let's see. You lady. Oh, what holy horse. Boop. I don't know why. See. Hey, Rhonda. Good deal. Hey, Lady T. Hey, Miss Fox. What's up, baby? Hey, Noah. What's up, Brittany Davis? Hey, Josie. YouTube. Hey, Cooking with Neat. Thank you for the blessing. Right back at you. I'm trying to keep these on because if I look down, it's the reading part. Everything else is normal. And here we go. keep fucking with it, Carl. Not really. I need all that cheese. Every last bit of it. I could have just put that there. All right, y'all. We're ready to go. See, I put it down. So y'all didn't never find a movie. Well, it ain't got to be no movie. It can be, like I said, it can be a story. But you got to have, now if it's a story that you want me, you gonna have to send me the link. Don't come telling me about it. Or if you don't send the link, you're gonna have to know the name and stuff so I can look it up. Thought y'all wanted to do movies. It's really hamburger helper. If I chop hamburger. I found I found a story. No, I ain't. But the only time I start yawning, cause before I turn this YouTube on, I promise I was not yawning. But as soon as I turn this motherfucking YouTube on, I start yawning. Mm, mm. I don't know why I do that. Mm, 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 mm. I seen this story. Uh, mm. I want to play this story for you. Let me see, can I find it? Y'all got time? Y'all sure y'all got time, or y'all got something else to do or talk about? I guess they say she got time. Oh, let's forget. I mean, that macaroni and cheese is slamming, baby.
Okay, your hair's so pretty. Thank you. Spend.
Anyway, yeah, that mac and cheese. But why am I? Did I eat too fast? Probably did. Especially if I'm full already. Yeah. I'm trying to find this story. Okay, let me see. I can either play it on the TV. I'm gonna play it on the TV. Y'all, this is one of these stories that I would. Alrighty. Y'all need. I said, I said, are you ready? I done gave y'all time enough to do your little meet and greet, who cooked what, and all that bullshit. So y'all got all that out the system, ain't you? Everybody done spoke to everybody. Thank you, Elizabeth. Cause I'm getting ready to start the show. Now, if y'all don't want to do it, let me know, cause I ain't gotta do it. Shit. I thought y'all wanted to, where we could watch something, listen to something, and yeah. So if you ain't up for it, let me fucking know. All right, we ready. And let me just tell you what this is about. Okay, the name of it is Boyfriend Unalived His Baby Mama. In other words, let me read it right. She went live to expose her boyfriend's unalived baby mama. So basically what this is about is this girl telling her story about how she dated this anyway, y'all. Yeah. How she dated this guy that was wasn't no serial killer. He was a murderer. So let's listen. Now y'all got to pay attention, cause my show asks questions. All right, let's start. The fuck is the remote at? Oh, my bag. Y'all got your popcorn? I done ate. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm gonna Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can pull it up on my phone. But let me know if y'all can hear it. However, that's what you got to that's what this is this what we're gonna try to find out, Fox. That's what we want to know. And you know me. These motherfuckers in these stories. So and it's parts to it. So let me ask y'all, do you want me to stop the thing and we talk about it all in between, or let her get through the story, like part one, and then pause it to discuss part one, and then go like that. I think we'll do it that way. Because if I keep pausing it in between time, that'll give it too much. That's too much time. So, okay. Okay. All right. That'll work. Appreciate it, Rick. Okay.
And you've ever met. And honestly, you should. Let's hear what she's got to say.
What's the word, birds? You already here with the boss line, and welcome to my
Let me turn it
series,
up.
dating a man who killed his children's mother off. Now I know y'all like, what in the heck is this lady talking about again? This girl be going through some shit, and I do, y'all. I promise you, I do. But this is not nothing that I can make up. This is for real.
Y'all gotta pay attention.
Like a drill, baby. Y'all, this man had me so in love with him, convinced that he was it. They get me. I just believe that everybody got this good heart and they just not gonna get down on me. And baby, people be getting down, but that's neither here nor there because we are real past him. However, I thought this would be a great story time for y'all because baby, my boy was a mess. He was a mess. So for social media's sake, I am not going to call this man by his real name. I am going to give him an alternative name, and we just
Ooh, I'm gonna stop it.
Okay? So let's get right into this thing. This was about 7 or 8 years ago. I was freshly in nursing school, and my boys were going to daycare across town. So I had to take them to daycare, but I didn't have class that day. And I want to say this was on a Friday. Actually, it was. It was on a Friday because I didn't have class that day, and I had a lot of freedom to maneuver. So I had taken the boys to daycare. I went to go get some gas, and I went to go back in my car because little Mario at the time was just so nasty. Every time you look around, he was dropping something, throwing something on the floor. So my back seat was always ridiculous. So I went to go back in my car. And I do remember, vacuuming it out or whatever, getting everything out. And then I went to get in my car, and this guy pulled up and was like, hey. And then I'm like, hey, how you doing? Didn't think nothing of it, because I thought maybe he was just speaking. So he's like, man, you need some help vacuuming out your car? I'm like, well, I'm pretty much done now. And so I was like, no thank you, but thank you. And so he's like, well, let me pay for your gas. So I'm like, okay. Cool. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. He had a nice little car. I was like, okay, sir. He had a nice little, had some little shoes on it. I was like, okay. Handsome older fella. I don't know what it is with the older guys. It's like if I go older, they don't do right. If I go younger, they don't do right. But that's neither here nor there. So he pays for my gas. I pull to the pump. He pays for my gas, and he just putting a little bit of gas in my car, y'all. Either. He filled my car up. And at the time, I was not a Benzo driving shorty. I was a Pontiac driving shorty. So at that point, $40 filled up my little Pontiac. And baby, I was well on my little way. I was too happy. I said, okay, he just filled up my car. Okay, cool. So we exchanged. So we ended up exchanging numbers. We were texting for a while. Then he ended up calling me, asking me, what I got going on. What is it that I want to do? And so I started to tell him. And at the time, I was selling mixed drinks. So this was my little hustle, I would say. And I was really, really good at what I was doing, mixing. I had went to this bartending class. So I had got all the, credentials to do it and everything. And so I was telling him about that. I was telling him I was in school for nursing, so on and so forth. And so he was really, really interested in what I had going on. So he asked me what I was doing later on that evening. And at the time, my kids were on a schedule where they would go with their dads every other weekend. So every other weekend, I was literally pretty much kid free from Friday evening to Monday morning. Because sometimes they would drop them off in the morning, or sometimes they would just take them to daycare, and then I would be the pickup. But anyway, we ended up setting a time for maybe I think 8 o'clock to meet. And so I got, everything together. So immediately I called my sister. I'm like, hey, I met this guy. He's cool. be my wingman. I need you to go with me. I don't want to go with him by myself. And at the time, I think I was a little intimidated by older men. And so I didn't want to go by myself. However, it was a good thing I did end up taking my sister because, baby, baby, it was crazy. So the day went on, me and my sister talking about it. She like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go. So we ended up, meeting up. I'm like, hey, come to grandma's house. He going to pick us up from here. Cool. So I'm like, let me get the kids situated. She went and handled what she had to handle for that day. And I went and handled what I had to handle. Fast forward, got the boys off to their dads. I got dressed. And at the time, I was one of them girls who loved pink. I would wear love pink everywhere. Baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. I would wear a love pink two-piece in a minute. That was my wardrobe. I had every jogging suit, every yoga pants set, everything they had up in there. Baby, shirt, crew neck, hoodie, I had. And so that's what I wanted to wear. So I ended up putting it on, real cute little two-piece set. And my sister ended up pulling up over there. So he ends up, texting me like, hey, I'm on my way. So I tell him like, hey, my sister's with me, so maybe you should bring somebody. I just didn't want to be with him on my own by myself that soon. And so he was like, yeah, that's cool. I'll bring my brother. So he pulls up to my grandmother's house, and then my sister coming out. Again, nice car, but this not the car I saw him in earlier. So now I'm like, what the heck? Who have I just ran into? Like, what is going on? So we get in the car, super chauvinist, like super chauvinistic. I think I'm saying that word right. Oh, well, if I'm not, y'all get my point. He opened the doors. His brother opened the door. So immediately he was like, y'all like to gamble? And so me, I love to gamble. So I'm like, yeah, come on. And so he's like, let's go to the casino. So we end up going to the casino. We go to the casino, we get in, we have a time. Baby, we drinking. So I go to the bathroom. My sister comes with me. And so we trying to figure out, like, the situation. So I'm like, sis, what's tea? You like them? You don't like them? What's going on? And the first thing she says is, the brother is irritating. He's nibbling on my ear. He's whispering in my ear. He's getting on my nerves. So I'm like, well, that's not answering my question about news. So what's up? So she's like, no, he cool. He's not cheap. He's spending, everything. So we go back out of the bathroom. I tell him like, hey, I'm hungry, but I don't want the casino food. I didn't want no steakhouse food, and I didn't want no all-you-can-eat buffet food. I wanted some ghetto food because we was drinking, So I'm like, man, let's go get some tacos. So we ended up leaving the casino maybe about an hour or two later, and now we like tipsy. So he's like, yeah, let's go get some liquor. Let's go get tacos. So we ended up stopping at this liquor store that happened to be by a taco place. So that was convenient. We ended up getting us some liquor, and at the time I was a dark drinker. I was a Douce girly, and baby, I used to drink Douce out the bottle, but not your business, friend, because that's my business. That's my business. That's what I used to do, but that's the past. We're not talking about the past. However, we got us some little drinky drink, and then went ahead and got the tacos. Okay, so for all my Chicago people, if y'all know them Lakeshore Drive rides are everything. So that's what we decided to do. We wasn't ready to go in the house. It was pretty late. It was like maybe 12:31. So not like super late, but it was late. And at least for me, it was late. I'm a TT. I be asleep by 9 o'clock. But we went ahead and our tacos, and then we just took that ride. We sipped and enjoyed the little time that we was in the car. We played us some Future. We played us some Travis Scott, TK Travis. I guess that's how you say his name. Whatever. I just remember all the R&B and the slow jams was going, and then y'all was feeling it. I was sitting there like, and you couldn't tell me nothing. We was having a ball. My sister was in the back seat, though, y'all, having. When I say all types of emotions back there, she was texting me. I'm up front just having a time, and she in the back telling me that she ready to go. Part 2 of dating a man who killed his children's mother out. I know, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Now that's part 1. What y'all think so far? Real quick, what y'all think so far? Hey, David. The thing is, she met this guy.
Don't compromise
She
quality
met
insurance
this.
for saving.
Yeah. Hold on. No, I don't think she that young. I don't think she that young. She said she was young.
He got this lady named Jasmine tattooed on his head.
Wait a
And he was
minute.
like, oh, that's my baby mama. I said, oh,
Wait a
okay.
minute.
You know, like, y'all not together no more, right? So why do you
Wait a minute. Why is this like this though?
Nah,
How do I get it? I'm trying.
he's like, oh, that's my baby mama.
I can't. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm trying to get it back. I'm trying to get it back to the very beginning. I wanted to start over. But really, that's her. I'm trying to blow it up.
So the name.
That's her.
On it.
But I want to be I can't show it to you. Let me see.
Was Jasmine. He got this lady named Jasmine.
I don't understand why I can't rewind
and
it.
he was like, oh, that's my baby mama.
I can't rewind
okay.
this. Okay, this. Let me see. Can I do? Can I do that?
So the name.
See, it ain't gonna let me do it. It's gonna go keep going all the way to that.
He was still there though.
Hold
Still on his
on.
head.
Anyway, it ain't gonna let me see. It ain't gonna let me. It's not gonna let me go and go rewind it to the back, and I can't. I was trying to let y'all see how the bitch look. Guess I'm gonna have to take you up there. Ooh, baby. Can't let that motherfucker pinch my hand. But I want you to see, I don't know, she didn't never say how old she is now. See, that's another, to me, now, what I'm saying, yeah, both is a red flag, but I'm saying, why I think Anyway, we ain't gonna say what I think right now. But anyway, I said what I'm saying is she's saying that she was young when this happened, but she ain't saying how old she was. She said this was 7 or 8 years ago. Okay, then how old are you now? She keeps saying she was young. I mean, she got a young face, but she also motherfucking face look kind of old too now. So she can be, yeah, that's her.
The boss mom. So let's get into the rest of this story time. Okay, I'm ready. So we ended up finally parking. He was like, "Hey, y'all come to my crib." So we ended up going to his crib. We ended up like playing some cards, chilling out. He and I went to go like talk separately in his room. My sister and his brother were in the front room. We were texting the whole time, and the whole time she telling me like he's nibbling on my ear. He's nibbling on my ear. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was crying laughing. Like when I said,
I said we were gonna say we were gonna wait till she finishes it, but now y'all heard what she said, right? She said that when they went where they went, her and her sister, she left with her friend, and the sister was in the other room with the brother. Now she's saying that they were texting the whole time. Come on now. What? Anyway, let me let her finish.
be serious with this man for 1 minute because all I keep seeing is my phone light up, and I keep seeing her tell me like, "Hey, this dude is crazy, woo." But I'm liking dude, so I'm trying to like continue to talk to him. It was just too much going on.
You look like a whole damn clown already.
We got through the night, so we literally didn't go to sleep. Nobody went to sleep. Everybody was up until like 5 that morning. Now, at the time, my sister was working overnight, but she was doing overtime. So she had to get to work. So that was our excuse to leave. So we like, oh yeah, my sister got to go to work, da 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 da. Now, mind y'all, he picked us up. So now he got to drop us back off to my car. But here's the kicker. I stayed 3 blocks away from his spot. So I'm like, dang, that's real close. So anyway, he dropped us off. She goes to work. I go home. I shower. I go to sleep. I wake back up. It's maybe like, I don't know, like 4 o'clock. I got all types of missed calls from her, all types of missed calls from him. Baby, it was all types of stuff going on. So I ended up returning her call first. Me and her ended up talking. She's like, yeah, I like him. He's cool, but I'm never going out with the brother again. Brother is weird. He don't know if he like you or me. So in my head, I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, the whole night he was like kind of like hinting that he felt some type of way that his brother saw me first, but at the same time, he was like nibbling on me, trying to like get with me. She was like, I really didn't know what was going on, and I was only coming to be a wingman. I'm never going out with him again. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, what do you think, about him? He's like, nah. She's like, nah, he's cool. He was really, really sweet, real gentleman. He's not cheap, he's willing to spend his money on the roof. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, now he texted me saying he wants to go out again. What you think? She was like, yeah, go out with him, but I'm not coming with you. So I texted him back. Now, mind y'all, this is my weekend free, so I have no kids. There was no Mila even in sight. Now and Mario were gone. So I'm like, okay, let me text him back. I texted him back. He ended up telling me, like, hey, you feel like riding with me to go drop my son off. Now I'm like, yo, son, it's a little early to be dropping. But then he was like, just drop him off. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing nothing. What's the harm in it? So he comes to pick me up. He's like, hey, we're going to drop him off at my mom's house. My mom is getting all the kids, my nieces, my nephews, and then we're going to, me and you could go out somewhere. So I'm dressed. I'm like casual, but I'm dressed. And so he was like, let's go to Longhorn. So we ended up dropping his son off to his mom. So I stayed in the car. I did not go in. But he ended up dropping his son off in like Maywood. which I'm very familiar with the area. So I was like, oh, okay, he's like, he got to be from around like the way, but I've never seen him, never heard of him. So I was kind of like really wanting to get to know like more about him. So y'all,
This is the second date,
now,
remember?
mind you, went to the casino the night before. So the ID that he pulls out, you know, he got to show to get into the casino. So we go to Longhorn, we order our drinks, the waiter asks for our ID. So he's like, oh, I left my ID. But in my head, I'm like, that ID was in the wallet yesterday. First red flag. I don't know no men that change their wallets like that. Like, unless it's gonna go with your outfit that day, I don't know no men that like change their wallet when they change their clothes. Now it could be
Help!
but I seen the wallet in his pocket, so in my head I'm like, is he gonna try to play with me, like not pay this bill? Because like, you know, it is Longhorn, I'm not tripping, but dude, don't play with me. Like, of course I didn't come out with no money, but don't play with me. So the guy was like, no, it's okay. And in my head, I'm like, you really carding him? Like, I see the gray hairs peeping through the beard, but okay. But anyway, he ended up letting him get his drink, let me get my drink. So we talking, he's telling us about himself. Now, mind you, I told y'all that for social media purposes, we're going to say his name is another name. However, I'm going to tell y'all the name that he told me his name was. He told me that his name was Greg. So whole time he's telling me, you know, this is his name. He's telling me his hood name is G Thing, and that, you know, this is like, you know, that's his like nickname because that's what people call him, whatever, so on and so forth. So we getting to know each other, you know, he's just telling me everything. At least I think he's telling me everything. You know, I'm being very transparent, telling him I'm in school and all of that good stuff. And so, like I said earlier, he was really invested. Like, even more invested than the first couple of phone calls. So that day went good. He ended up dropping me off later on that evening. He was trying to get me to stay, but I was ready to go outside with my friends. I was trying to update them on him. So he ended up like, okay, how about, you know, I take you home or whatever. You go and get ready, go do what you're going to do with your friends. Call me at the end of the night and I see where you at. You know, maybe I'll come scoop you. Maybe we can have a little nightcap. And we all know what he was really on. But at the end of the day, I wasn't on none of that. So I was like, yeah, you know, I'll let you know, whatever. He was like, yeah, so you going outside, how much you need? So in my head, I'm like, huh? And that's only one other guy in my entire life that I've ever met that has spoiled me. And when I say spoiled me, has like taken care of me to the point where like there is no need and it's always dependable. I'm not saying that the men that I've dealt with prior to do not handle what they're supposed to handle when it comes to me. But when I say showered me, like he was one of the ones. I have like 3. And then out of them top 3, he was one of them top 3. And so he was like, yeah, how much you need? So I'm like, what you mean? Like, so I say, he's like, yeah, how much you need? So I'm like, do I love all this man? Do I give him this? No. So I just rolled with 400. He bust me out. No problem. All 20s. Here you go. I say, oh yeah, I'm going outside with my friends. So I go home, get dressed. I call my friends, like, yeah, well, we need that, woo. I'm telling them everything, so I'm updating my sister. So she like, yeah,
Stalling.
So she's like, yeah, you know, let's go this place or whatever like that. So he calls me like, you haven't left out yet? I'm like, no, I'm getting ready to leave out in a minute. I'm getting ready to head to my car. He was like, well, if you give me about 15 minutes, I can come bring you a car and you don't have to drive your car. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, that's fine or whatever. I'm like, but, you know, do you have insurance? Like, I'm trying to make sure I'm covered in all bases. He was like, yeah, the insurance going to be in the glove compartment. Just make sure you put gas in the car. He was like, if you need me to give you some more money for gas, then I'll go ahead and do that. He was like, matter of fact, no, you're not even going to pump that gas. Let me go put some gas in it right now, and then I'll bring it to you. So 15 minutes ended up being like 20. So I'm like, okay, clock it, check you out. I ain't going to pump no gas. That's my type of man. So I'm really digging it. So 15, 20 minutes go past. He calling me. He pulling up. He's like, hey, this is my cousin. He's going to drive me. You can drive this car. So, y'all, this is a Cadillac truck. A Cadillac truck. I wish I still had pictures. I wish I still had videos. I'm going to have to ask one of my friends or something if they have some memories. Y'all, when I tell y'all, the man literally just gave me the car. Just gave me the car. And me and my friends was outside in this man's car with $400 just to be outside, not to do nothing else, not for no bills, not for nothing, just to be outside. All right, y'all. Part 3 of dating a man who killed off his children's mother. What's the word verse? You already hear with the boss mom.
All right, that's part 2. Where the red flags at? Where the red flags? I know the one. Okay, let's see. Well, so I wonder if it was in the middle of his head on the side. It makes a difference. Back here, but we ain't got to that part yet, Fox. I know I played it, but that ain't. Did we? Brittany said, did she say it was a different man than she met at the store? It's the same man. Elizabeth said, it is a red flag. Brittany said, can I tell? I can tell by the music she was talking about. She she is young. Yeah, she look like she in her mid-30s. So she ain't that. So she said, but see, that's the thing. Why you can't tell us when this happened? That's another red flag for me to say that this. Now I'm talking about far as the story being true. Now, far as the red flag, far as her meeting this dude, um, only red flag so far as the situation saying if we say, her meeting this dude, only thing with me would be, okay, now, mind you, they done been on one date. How the fuck is it that you don't know on the second date what kind of fucking work he do and where he stay at? Ain't them the top damn questions when you talk to some damn body? Hey, that's the first. Them the top 2 questions that you say. What kind of work you do? Okay, where you live? Now, how the fuck is it she just on the second date when she sitting here guessing? Ain't he asked the nigga? Cause somewhere, when he dropped his son off, she sitting there guessing. Oh, uh, we over here in Kalamazoo. Oh, I'm familiar. But bitch, what's so hard to ask them where did he live? How you not know where the fuck he live anyway? And I will say, now I'm gonna be honest. We gonna keep it 100. I know y'all don't, cause y'all don't, y'all got y'all shit together. But I'm gonna just be honest. If it was me and I met that motherfucker and then you gotta remember, she said that he drive a nice car, he looked nice, and yeah, he would have got my damn attention. He sure down would have. And okay, and if I'd have gave him my number, we would have went out and he said he was coming. Okay, he was coming to pick me up. Yeah, I probably would have left with him back then. When I say what I'm saying now, I would say back then. But now I think and done seen, watch all these shows like I watch and shit. No, ain't a nigga gonna come up now. Not now. Not none nigga getting ready to come roll up on me talking about I'm gonna pick you up. No, the fuck you ain't. I ride behind you, no, behind you ain't ready to pick me up. And not only that, somebody gonna know where my location is if it ain't if it don't be somebody with me. So that's that I'm talking about now. But let's talk with Foz with her. Okay, she get in the car with him. Everything cool. I mean, it ain't safe because she didn't know him. I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying? And we all took chances in life where, we know we shouldn't have, or hindsight, you be like, damn, But yeah, reality, that was a red flag getting in the car with him and just met him. Then, not to mention, see what would have fucked me up. Well, you know what? Let me rewind back. Now, she said at the car wash, he was on, she didn't say what kind of car. But then when he came and picked her up at grandma, he was on a different kind of car. See, now that right there would have kind of made me step back, be like, shit, this nigga in the drugs. So if I would have felt like, now even back then, if I'd have felt like that he was in the drugs, I wouldn't have fucked with him. Because I had definitely told this dude that I was fucking with, and I think he was trying to say that he wanted. We'd been fucking around for a minute. He was gonna say something like, gonna tell me that he was thinking about going back out there in the street. I said, well, if you go the fuck out there, don't come the fuck back this way. And that was back then. So I know if he'd rolled up on a different kind of nice ass ride, straight, without even a thought, I'd have been, yeah, that motherfucker selling drugs. That's exactly what I'd have thought. I wouldn't fuck with him, because I wouldn't want to be caught up in that shit. I wouldn't even want to know. Hell no, because like you said, in that type of shit there, when you work in that type of shit, and when them motherfuckers mad with you, they don't give a fuck about, they don't just come for the nigga they after. They go for his whole family trying to make a statement. So he is a lie. She seemed to only be concerned about how money he got. She is telling her story. It is up to the people if they believe her. I know that, Elizabeth. That's what we're doing. Wow. If the man unalived his baby mama, she should take it a little more serious. But see, she didn't know this. That's what she's leading up to. She don't know that. At this point in the story, she don't know that. Right now, she in the introductory of meeting him. See, I know I messed y'all up for hearing that part there. Forgot wallet. Yeah, right. And see, that was the thing to me. She was saying that, okay, it's just the shit that she say, and then she act all nonchalant about it. Say, okay, she's standing up there, and dude asked him for a wallet for his ID, and he said he ain't got it in his wallet in his thing, and she don't even question him about it once they get with it. Like, why you tell him you didn't have your ID and your wallet is in your pocket? See, that's the red flags for me, that she not asking him no question. The same thing, just like that damn girl that said she didn't know who the fuck she married. Always in her head. Well, I was thinking, and she even went far as, oh, I went in my closet and I wrote in my journal that, and writing in her damn journal versus going to ask her damn husband or whoever the fuck it is, what's up? Same as this. Why is you just met this guy? Why you ain't asking him questions that you need to ask him if you plan on being long term with him? I don't understand it. See. Yeah, I don't think it won't about the fact that he didn't want to for pay for the meal or pay for anything. She was getting that he didn't want to show his ID. That's what she was pointing out. Cause he paid for the meal. He just didn't. He didn't want to pull out his ID. Cause where they was at, went for drinks. And I don't know why the bartender. She said the nigga was old as fuck. So I don't know why the bartender was asking him. Maybe he was doing it for a joke. Cause she said anyway. The dude went and bought the drinks. They got the drinks anyway. So he was just didn't want to show. He didn't want to show his ID. And that's what she was like, why wouldn't he pull his ID out or whatever? Why wouldn't you ask him?
And Princess Strawberry.
Okay.
So let's finish this up. Let's keep going.
Hey, Lynette. He groomed her. We'll see, Lynette. We'll see. Brittany says she drive her own car. Fox already telling me it's fiction. You said before she went to her house, she needed to know the basics on him exactly. You said maybe he's a drug dealer. You won't mess with him. I don't know when she made it. The girl is somebody. This video was 3 weeks ago, but it ain't her video. It's somebody else that like I'm doing, saw her video and decided to go and redo, talk about it and shit. I don't know how old it is. But see, that's the thing. Either way, either way, she wasn't that damn young when she was talking to that motherfucker. That's why that's what I'm saying. That's another red flag for me. Why ain't you telling us your age and shit when you met dude? Anyway, y'all, let's go to 3.
So because I was in nursing school and I was in college, I really didn't have a whole lot of responsibilities. Like I said, I was staying at home with my grandmother in the basement apartment of our family building. So pretty much my grandparents own this building and they've only rented to pretty much family or close family friends. So I was in the basement area and I really didn't have no bills. Like my grandparents didn't charge me any rent. I did contribute. I helped with whatever it is. I made sure there's food in the house. They didn't pay for groceries at all. Different things like that, how I could contribute. So now in my head, and like I said, I'm younger, I'm like, man, I don't got my kids every other weekend. This man is giving me money on a regular. And then on top of that, I can go outside. He's not like overbearing. He's not getting on my nerves. He's not irritating me about what I'm doing, but I'm also not irritating him about what he's doing. Like it was the life at the time. So I was like, okay, I can get jiggy with this. So months go on, and now it's getting like cold outside. So I met him in the summer. I'll say like July. So now it's
and don't give you no year or nothing.
I'm not gonna say it's full blown winter. It's October. It's getting to be around Sweetest Day. So I'm liking him. So we've been talking, and mind you, he's giving me this money on the regular. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna go buy him something for Sweetest Day then. Since he giving me this money, doing this, doing that. And so, like I said, this was going on for months of him showering me with gifts, bringing me a different collar drive when I want to, flowers every time he's coming to get me for dates, unlimited money when it's time for me to go outside, and then ended up asking me how much my schooling was, and he basically paid the rest of my schooling.
He paid off her
feeling him,
school.
y'all. I'm like, okay, this man is stepping for me. I ain't got no problems. We ain't got no issues. But like I said, we're still living apart. You know, it's still very, very fresh. But he's laying it on me. So like I said, Sweetest Day is coming up. And now I'm like, okay, I want to get him something. So me and my friend, we end up going to the mall. We want to go get him like some cologne. I end up getting like a little bottle of Hennessy. And I ended up decorating it. I always been a DIYer. Like decorating it and like getting these little letters and decorating those. I could put them out. We had taken like couple cute little pictures, so I didn't print them out, put them on these frames, and y'all. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm not gonna say it was a whole lot of effort because for me, I like doing that type of stuff. But it was the time that I put into it that pissed me off with how everything ended up playing out. So like I said, Sweetest Day coming up. Now mind you, me and this man talk on the phone on the regular when he's at work. Now, mind you, he has a job, but he do what he do. And so I'm like, okay. So we talking at work, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, what we're doing this weekend? He was like, hey, let's go away this weekend. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's go away. So he sent me these little cabins or whatever. They were not too far from Chicago, maybe like 2-3 hours away. Just some like little getaway stuff or whatever. So he sends me his card to book it. I book it. We good. So now I'm looking for stuff to unpack. I'm looking, for like family some cute little loungewear. We finna get away. And mind you, this my weekend. The boys gone, so I'm free. I'm ready. Homework done for school. So now I'm like, yeah, this is the weekend. Cool. So Friday comes, and I'm like, man. He didn't call me, he said nothing. But I called him and I texted him, no response, no answer. So I'm like, I'm hoping nothing happens. So maybe like noonish, I get a call and text. So I'm kind of like in my feelings because I'm like, Dad, like it don't take that long to call nobody back, text nobody back. You could have said something. And so he is just real, like apologetic. I'm sorry, Dad. Had a lot going on this morning. I had to take my mama to go do this. I had to take my sister to go do that. All the kids go with my mom, so we doing this, doing that. Now, this is something that's kind of normal, at least that I'm thinking, because he's always taking his son to his mom's house. So I only know that he has this one child. That's the only thing that he's told me. And my job, he's now pitched to me that his baby mother is not living. Now, the reason I say he pitched it to me is because of this. I kept wondering,
this
like,
is
why
part
you always
3.
taking this little boy to the mom's house? So I asked, I'm like, why do you always take your son to your mom's house? Like, he don't go with his mom people, like, what's kind of going on with that? He was like, nah, his mom is deceased. I've been raising him. She passed in a bad car accident, so my mom helps me a lot, my sisters. This man is feeding me this stuff that this little boy is just without a mother. And it's so messed up because the little boy is even coerced to like agree with the daddy. Like it was times when we were in the car dropping the baby off to the mom's house and he's in the car basically like agreeing with everything the daddy said. Now mind you, he's young, so I don't think that he know that he's lying.
How old is it,
what
bitch?
What he's saying is not true. Like I don't think he understands it totally. But he's definitely agreeing, and because he keeps saying "ma," I have the inkling that
Woo.
the son is basically like considering his grandmother his mom. So when he say, mama house, that's all that's assumed because that's how he's been playing it. Okay, so like I said, he has now pitched to me that he's this single dad. So I'm assuming, that he just, doing everything for this little boy by himself. But like I said, he's always dropping the baby off to his mom's house. So the mom is real active. So I'm thinking grandma's super active. That's mama. All good. And so now we get to Sweetest Day. Sweetest Day is here. He's telling me, he's on his way all day. When I say all day, y'all, he's telling me he's on his way all day. But the thing is, he's always coming with an excuse of like why it's not right there in that moment. But it's all day. I'm on my way. Go get this, go get that. He's just steady sending me out. So I finally just get in my head that he's not telling me the truth. Like, something is not right. He's not telling me the truth. Something is not it. And so I said,
She also confusing.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go outside. So that's exactly what I did. I went ahead, I called my friends. I said, hey, I'm ready to go outside. They're like, oh, we thought you was going with Don. Now, mind you, I told y'all, we going to call him Don. But he didn't tell me his name was Greg. So, again, everybody thinking I'm going with him and Sweet Day weekend. Well,
I know we weren't supposed to stop, but if the nigga told you your name was Greg, why you calling him Don? And what sense did that make to put that in there? He told me his name was Greg, but we gonna call him Don.
I'm like, no, he's sending me off. So he calls back. Y'all. And I'm just like, what's up? He's like, yeah, I'm getting off at Manheim. Now, if you're out western, Manheim is the western suburbs. And I'm just trying to figure out why you're getting off that Manheim just now when you've been telling me you're on your way. So I'm not paying him no mind. Again, I'm ready to go outside. So my friend like, yeah, I'm coming up Madison now. I'll be to you in the next 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I called him back and I'm like, you said you was where? He was like, yeah, I was getting off at Manheim. He was like, I'm gonna call you back though. But in the background, I hear somebody say, yeah, we at Bricks. So mind y'all, it's the late evening. It's like maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish. So what you doing and how they partying if you in a car getting off that man on your way to be? I don't understand it. So I'm like, okay, cool. My friend gets to me and I'm like, friend, he's lying. He's lying about where he at. It's something else going on. Whoa. So now I'm blowing his phone up, but he's not answering. So he finally does answer. Now, mind you, I'm now in the car with my friends. We ran down Madison, and what car do I see, y'all? I see an Impala. I can't make this up. So I tell her, I say, follow that car. So now I'm really calling. So he answered again. He finally answered again. And he like, yeah, he's like, I'm driving down Madison.
He finally answered again.
I know you're driving down Madison because I'm
well, she said he
pull over. So he's like, what are you talking about? Pull over. So y'all, back in my days, I used to be real toxic. And I used to be one of those pull up on a kid. I get out, act out. When I see you, that was me. So I'm not going to go into details about what I told him. He didn't pull over, but he pulled over. What's the word, Birds? You already here with the boss mom. So let's get...
Okay. Yeah, that's why I couldn't find out too. She all over the damn place with this damn story. Cause for one, you didn't tell us how old the baby is. Now in there now, the baby young, but at the same time, she talking about that him and the baby, he coerced the baby down with it. Then in the same breath, she comes to say, but the baby is young. And I don't know if Jesus on the main line, honey. She didn't think this through. I promise you she did. She didn't think this motherfucker through. But the thing about it is, you got motherfuckers that seriously believe in it. And then when she said that part about he told her he'll bring her the car and and she said, well, yeah, long as you put gas in my car and shit. You know what? And my thing is, what nigga tell a female that? And I guess she realized that, so that's why she come back and said, he was like, well, now better yet, I fill the car up. Don't no lady of mine be drunk, getting drawing gas. If that won't so fake, then I don't know what the fuck fake is. I mean, first of all, a nigga wouldn't have never told the girl if he whining and if he on her like she say he is, that one he never came out of his damn mouth for her to make sure you put some gas in. It wouldn't even came out of his damn mouth. Yeah, she jacking us. I mean them, because she telling this stuff. 'Cause I tell you, when she started talking, now I went in starting from part one. I went in because I really wanted to hear the damn story. Because first I didn't know no damn story like this until I went in. I thought we were gonna get straight, regular little crime story, gonna go on and do 1 2 1 2, and then at the end they gonna let me know what's what. But here it is, a fucking story time. I said, ain't this a bitch?
Back into the series, y'all. Part 4 of dating a man who killed his children's mother off. So he pulls over, but there's nobody in the car, y'all. There's nobody in the car this time. And so I'm like, where were you at? What were you doing? So he's like, I'm about to come back and get you. I gotta go drop this stuff off. I don't want you in the car with me with this stuff in the car, so on and so forth. And I'm like, that's BS. You don't follow me. He's like, no. They trying to give me the runaround. They trying to give me the runaround. But in my heart of hearts, I already know, like, dude, you lying, and you was just with somebody or on your way to somebody, and that's why you kind of like giving me the flux. But I'm like, okay, cool. So me and my friends, we go outside. So the night goes on. I get a call from him at maybe like 1:30, 2 o'clock. And now this is 1:32 a.m. So I'm on my way in the house because at this point, you done missed your beat, sir, and I done been outside. I done had me a funky good time. I'm ready to go to sleep. So he's telling me like, yeah, I'm going to get up with you tomorrow. Now, mind you, the tomorrow is Sweetest Day. So imagine we were supposed to start this getaway on Friday. Friday has come and gone. He done got caught up in traffic. I done been outside. That getaway is not happening right now. So now we move on. We talk at 2, 3 in the morning. I tell him I'm going in the house. I ain't really too much trying to be bothered. He tell me how he gonna, get up with me the next day, so on and so forth. Now, mind you, this man paid for this little
Now you see how she tell this story? Most of the story is, we did this, we did that, and we went from here to there. She ain't even really telling no specifics. Cause I'm trying to figure out. I'm just saying. Yeah, she need to think. Next time she try to tell a story, she need to really sit down and think about that shit.
Anyway, so your money has still been used, sir, regardless of whether we were there or not. They charged this man's car because I booked it myself. So now I wake up the next day, I get up, we talking, everybody on the group chat.
She is taking too long to tell it.
We trying to find a strategic way now to catch this man up.
And boring at the same time.
So I'm like, okay, cool.
At least the other woman kept us interested.
Yeah, he got to go to this birthday party for his niece, so on and so forth. And how after that, we can meet up. Either I can come to him, he can pick me up. But now I'm starting to just get the inkling, like, you really trying to avoid me. Like, you're not really trying to tell me everything that's going on. Because any other time you would have extended the invitation for me to come, kids party, adult party. Like I said, we have been kind of dating. I ain't going to say kind of dating. We were dating. So the man was dropping out money, flowers. We was pulling up to different events. Now, I wasn't big on meeting his family, so I didn't go to, like, family events with him. But, like, friend events, kicking it, all of that good stuff. Kid events, anything that was with his son, like a basketball game or, like T-ball and
oh, damn,
stuff like
I said I was going to let this bitch finish.
I'm going with him. And again, he pitched to me that he's this single daddy. So it's crazy that now all of a sudden you don't have the freedom, so to speak, that you had before to bring me to these different events. And of course, I'm questioning. So now I'm kind of questioning him on like why I can't go to the niece party. And it's really because I already had in my heart to heart that he playing with me. But now I want to see. See, I told y'all back then I was Inspector Gadget, Sherlock Holmes, baby. You say this what it is, you're gonna have to prove that. You're gonna have to make me a believer.
Oh,
And so
hell.
that's where I was. So I started questioning him about why I couldn't come to the birthday party of his niece. And he was like, no, like tried to play it off and kind of like BS me and tell me that it had nothing to do with like us per se or me not being able to come. It was just like he was pressed for time and all this other stuff. Now we all know iPhones will get you anything. You could have sent the address. You know what I'm saying? But instead of him like doing that, he BS me. So okay, cool. So the day go on. Mind you, y'all, it is Sweetest Day. And this is not a niece that I never met. Mind y'all, he didn't introduce me to these kids. I've seen these kids. I've been around his family members, but I'm not like in a relationship with them to where like I'm kicking it over there. But I come around with him. So the day go on.
Now she just told that she don't go to the family meet gathering.
So now I'm calling his phone again. No answer. Texting his phone again. No answer. So y'all know I'm in my feelings, right? Y'all know I'm in my feelings. So I'm like, okay, but it's Sweetest Day. So I end up texting my sister, my best friend, and maybe like 2 other friends, like, hey, what y'all doing? I want to come out because I'm not finna be just in the house waiting on this man. So we go on. Y'all, the day is over. Saturday is come and gone. So he done got caught up Friday and BS his way out of that. Saturday, we don't even know if he caught up or not because I ain't heard from him. So now we get to Sunday. Sunday evening come, I get a call from him.
Ain't heard
like,
from him.
What do you want? Because now it's like you didn't send me out, you didn't play in my face. Like, what do you want? So you're like, man, the birthday party went over, da 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 da. So it's me, I'm messy. Send me a picture. I know you took pictures. I know you took videos at this birthday party. Send me a picture. So, y'all, he was good. He had a picture. He had not one picture, but multiple pictures. But I'm going to tell y'all something. One thing, I'm not as slow. So I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm like, man, that look real family-ish. Like, they look like they're together. And I'm like, man, it's not sitting with me well. And I mean, y'all, it's him, it's a lady, it's the supposedly niece, it's the supposedly nephew, and his son. All in one picture. That give a family photo to me, family portrait. But I digress. I said, okay. And he was like, yeah, that's my sister, her kids. We had fun, da 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 da, so on and so forth. So now, mind you, the lady that I seen in this picture, he told me was his sister. Remember that. So we go forward. I'm just like, okay, but man, I'm single. I'm in my single era, but I'm dating this man. Like, we are single, but we are not together. I know that's the millennial shit, and I know that's like confusing. But my people who get it.
I get it. I get what she's saying.
We don't have any type of title with one another, but don't play with me.
Right, yeah, I get it. I get you there. That's how I was with dude, yeah. We want together, but bitch, don't play with me.
So now it's Monday. Can I come get you for lunch? Sure, you can come get me for lunch. I'm in college. I'm at school. Mondays, my schedule was pretty clear. Yes, you can come get me from school. We can go to lunch. He comes to get me for lunch, y'all, and I see a tattoo on his head that I never seen before. Now, mind you, it just could have been me, or I just could have not been paying attention. Me personally, I definitely feel like I wasn't paying attention enough because I feel like I had saw it before, but I just didn't ask about it. So the name on there was Jasmine. He got this lady named Jasmine tattooed on his head, but he's bald head. So if you have a hat on, you can't see it. So majority of the time, he wore hats. And then now that it's cold, of course he got on a hat. So like I said, I might not have been paying attention because he definitely was wearing like caps and snapbacks to buck 50s. Like, baby, he had on a hat all the time. But like I said,
he ain't had no damn hat on when y'all were fucking.
Did not pay attention enough to be like, okay, this is what it is. So when I see the doggone tattoo, I asked. I say, hey, who is that? And he was like, oh, that's my baby mama. I said, oh, okay. Y'all, y'all not together no more, right? So why do you still have a name? So he was like, nah, I've had her name since she got killed. Now, mind you, we never got into details up until now about what happened to his baby mama, why he was a single dad, none of this. We never got into it up until now. And so he's feeding me this, oh, she got into this really bad car accident. So now I'm really feeling bad for him, y'all. He's like, yeah, she got into this bad car accident, and now my son is just me and my son. He was like, and I really loved her. She was everything, just giving me all the tea. So we think. So I'm like, okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I hate that you going through that, your son going through that. All kids, I feel like need a mom.
Now his baby mama passed away in a car wreck.
I cannot imagine like what's going through, what's going on. And this man is really selling it. And I'm buying it, y'all. I'm buying it. And so now we're at a place where like he didn't smooth me over the past weekend. But like I said, I'm not too mad because we're not together, but nigga, you play with me. So now it's like I ain't giving you that sweet as they get. But we alright. We cool.
So she just bought the whole story. Dead baby mama, tragic car accident, memorial tattoo. Bought it completely.
We ain't get ready to listen to her.
And I'm not even surprised because look at what he's doing.
We ain't get ready to listen to her. We're going on in part 5. Good night. Like she said, good morning. Brittany said, tattoo on his head, so she never seen his head. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Brittany. When I got to that part too, I was like, now y'all been fucking around enough now. And the word Jasmine must have been mighty damn small. Cause even if he had on a damn hat, you gonna see something on his head. That's why I say this shit here don't make no damn sense. But like I said, I think to me sound like she making the shit up as she go. That's what it sound like to me. Yes. I'm not sure how many parts it is.
Some shit. These guys be acting a fool. And they do. And I do. But we gonna keep going.
And the lifestyle is good. But those red flags she keeps mentioning.
Random sporadic dates.
Here come part 5.
Still able to drive cars when I want to. So now it's my friend's birthday, and I want to go out.
Oh wait. Did y'all hear the part where she said, Now she said in one part she said that they went places. Only place she didn't go to was when he went in his folks' house. Now, if you such an Inspector Gadget, of all places, that's where I would want to go and find out, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you want to go with him to his mama house? Then she told, he said when she was running them down behind, was he running down? No, he didn't come back. He wouldn't answer, call, all this other. So when he finally called her, he, gave her some sob story. And she told him to send her a picture. He sent her a picture, and it was a picture of, he said, his mama, his sister, his son, and his nephew. And now let me tell y'all something. Let me explain this girl here. where maybe she find this video, she'll understand how to tell a damn story again. First of all, you ask that nigga to send you a picture. Do you really think that he gonna send you a picture of the girlfriend, a picture of the girlfriend, the mama, and the niece? Now I know men cheat and they can be stupid. He want that damn stupid. He don't even want them to see each other. So I know he ain't sent you no damn picture like that. If anything he gonna send you, if anything he gonna send you, it's gonna be pictures of the birthday. The birthday cake, birthday decorations. He ain't not getting ready to send you a video with people in it unless he's standing in there. He ain't gonna do that. Cause he don't want your right hand knowing what the left hand doing. Somebody need to coach y'all. Cause nigga ain't sent you no damn picture. And in hindsight, that's really a picture of his baby mama. Yeah, that would sound like she making it up as she go. Yeah, because see, then again, she just say stuff that ain't even got nothing to do with the story. I mean, like, and you had to put that in there for what? It seemed like she all over the place with the story and ain't telling shit. That's what's fucking with me. Is you doing all this talking, but you ain't telling us nothing. You ain't telling us nothing. Hey, Genevieve.
Tell him, hey,
This part
I want
5.
to go out. I want to get, one of the cars. And so it wasn't a problem, but you could tell he was a little hesitant. He was very hesitant on like where and when. Like he asked a whole bunch of questions that he never really asked. So I was like, man, I'm getting a little curious. So then like the phone calls in the evening would start to slow up. And when I say slow up, they didn't stop. Like we were still talking in the evening. We would still have conversation in the evening, but they definitely would slow up. They were nowhere near where they used to be. We used to talk all evening. So now I'm starting to feel like, okay, something is going on. But wait a minute. So I say, so he invites me over again, and of course I come because now I'm like kind of curious. And at the time, we all adults. Now we are like, intimate, and we liking each other. Like at least so I think.
Bitch, this ain't the first time you gave him no ass now.
That he didn't like me. He just couldn't be honest with what he had going on. So he invites me over. I come over. I got my little spend the night bag or whatever. And now this is maybe like, I don't know, like 3 months after the sweetest day thing. And I go over and in the room, I see like a baby playpen, like a baby walker, and some medicine on the not counter, on the dresser. And so now I'm curious, like, what is this medicine? And it doesn't have his name on it, or at least the name that he's told me. Because remember, he didn't tell me his name was Greg. But I see a name on this thing, but the last name is Diggs. Now, mind you, he told me his name was Greg Diggs. And so now I'm trying to like put all of this together. So I'm like, either this your medicine, or this one of the kids' medicine, or this somebody else's medicine that belongs to you, or got the same last name, or related. Like I couldn't really figure
Girl,
it out.
get to the fucking point.
Especially with baby stuff. And so I'm like, okay. So I text my sister and I'm like, it's baby stuff in here. She was like, does he have a baby? I said, the little boy that I've been around, is not no baby. And she was like, right, the little boy that we've been seeing, exactly. So
why is it so?
For 7, 8 months.
What's fucking with me is why is it so hard for her to say how old this little boy is?
And I ain't never seen no little baby, so it's kind of like throwing me off. But remember, y'all, he sent me a picture from the niece's party of this family portrait, and it was very much a little baby in that picture. So I'm like, okay. So So I'm starting to like try to piece stuff together, but it's still very sporadic. Like it's still this puzzle was nowhere coming together. But I'm also liking him. So you know when your mind is liking somebody and your mind is trying to like deter you from thinking a negative way, but my common sense kicking in like, he ain't right. But my in love or want to be in love part is like, So I'm really trying to understand like what's going on because it's not making sense and I've never seen this kid stuff here before. So remember I told y'all I wanted to go out with my friends. So even though I spent the night over his house that weekend, I still went out with my friend on Saturday. So that was Friday night. We stayed in the house and chilled, sip wine, watch movies, watch TV shows. Me and him. The son wasn't there. But then Saturday came and I'm telling him, and so he asked me like, "What time you gonna be done? What time you gonna be?" Like, and it was very like not routine, like very not demure. Okay, he was asking me too many questions, and at this point, it's like I'm not your girl, but I do be driving your cars and you do be taking care of me. So I
see how she ain't making no damn sense.
And so when he asking me this, I'm like, what you got plans? You trying to get up with somebody? You know, I'm trying to understand, like, what is the beef? Like, you're going outside, I'm going outside because, like I told y'all, life was great when we first started messing around. It was...
How you going to spend the weekend with him?
Now he's starting to literally annoy me because I feel like you're trying to be sneaky, but you're trying to be ahead of me, but you're not being ahead of me.
How the fuck your nigga come to get you? You ain't seen. Wait, bitch, wait. Wait, bitch, wait.
I'm now in this apartment.
I'm gonna let her finish.
And so now I'm nosy. I'm looking around. I'm looking at everything. Y'all, I didn't found women's perfume in here. I didn't found kids' toys up in here. Clothes, underwear, shoes. Now, mind you, I have a drawer at this man's house. So I'm looking at my drawer. My stuff is there, but I also see other female stuff like around the house. And so I'm really trying to understand like what's going on.
She got a drawer.
And I see 2 pair of female shoes. So now I'm like, okay, I know I'm not the only one. And you could have just kept it a buck with me because I honestly am not that deep into it. But the longer you keep messing with a person thinking you're the only one, you then do fall deep into it. And so I was at a place.
She ain't making no damn sense, boy.
So I called my friend.
How we get out? My thing is, how is it that? At the time, how the fuck is it? I got to stop her. Cause how the fuck is it that you talking about you got a damn draw at this nigga house? As if this the first time you, well, she said she ain't been there in 3 months. And she ain't went in there, woke that son of a bitch up, or grabbed him in his yoked him in his motherfucking neck.
If I'm on my way, but then I realized that he didn't leave me no money. And me,
she is all over the fucking place.
I don't care. I don't care if I do got money in my pocket. I don't care if I got a lot of money in my pocket. I want yours. So I called him up and I said, hey, you know, I got to run out my grandma's house because I left one of my
look at can't think of.
Put in my purse. I said, but
can't think of. Can't think of nothing to say.
He was like, I'm actually by your grandma's house now. I'm closer to Madison. He was like, you're still in the apartment. I'm like, actually, I'm walking out now. He was like, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the money up, put it in the cigarette box, and put it in the bush. And that's exactly what he did. Wrapped up a wad of money, put it in the bush. I went to go pick it up, and I went to go get what I needed from my grandma's house. And baby, I was back outside with my friends, with his money, and his...
What was that for?
I'm in the house, I'm a little tipsy, you know, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling nice. And I'm calling, no answer, y'all. No answer. I'm calling. It's like 2 a.m. Calling, no answer, calling, no answer. But I have the house keys. I have the house keys. The man is crazy. I have the house keys, y'all. So I'm calling.
That don't mean shit. You ain't did nothing with all the shit you found.
But at the same time, like, you know, I didn't left for the weekend. Like, I could have, like, parked that car out there. It was just so many factors counting against it. And I feel like he set me up to know Like, she don't go to my house because she got the car keys, she got the keys. You know what I'm saying? Like, he put me in the position to be able to just be like, yeah, I'm going to her house. I'm going to his house. So it gets to be like 3 in the morning. I get to the house. Nobody's there. Just me, the TVs, the keys, literally, the shoes, and the shit I found. So I'm steady calling him. So he calls me at like 4 in the morning. Like, hey, I'm at the hospital with my mom, blah, 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 blah. Y'all know I snapped. I'm like, you at the hospital with your mom. You couldn't say that a long time ago. When the fuck did you get in the hospital with your mom? Like, when? Like, I'm trying to figure it out, but nothing just makes sense. So I'm fast. I'm going off. And so he's like, I'll be there in a minute. He's like, do you mind cooking? So me, weekend and eve, I don't mind cooking. Cooking is one of them things. That's my love language. I love to cook. And so I'm like, damn, he pissing me off though. But I'm like, okay, you know, I'm going to cook. So I'm like, what is it that you want me to cook? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say, like, chicken and shrimp Alfredo. Like, he loves...
You want to say, don't you know what the fuck you cook?
Lobster, top tier, baby. And said, all seafood. And so,
cooking.
I ended up going to the store, getting back. He still wasn't there. It was like 9 o'clock. Are y'all blown away yet? Are y'all wigged up yet?
No.
Glasses.
Cause you all over the place.
The phone like this?
No.
Because baby, it's about to be real. This is weird. It gets really, really crazy. And y'all better be like, What's the word, birds? You already here with the boss mom, and we are back with parts. I was so mad. And when I tell y'all he didn't fight back, he didn't, none of that. He just was apologetic. Babe, I'm sorry. I should have communicated better. I'm not used to being in a relationship. You know, just the whole 9 yards. And again, y'all, I'm young. I got 2 kids. I'm a single mom. I'm in college. He's literally funding my life. And I get to go and come as I please. So in my head, this is the life. I've been in a decent place now. You know, like I'm in a decent place.
And it ain't nothing wrong with that, but it ain't you.
I'm comfortable with that life. So now it's like, oh, you get on my nerve, but at the same time, like, am I gonna let that go because of that? No, y'all, I was not letting it go. I'm telling y'all the truth, I wasn't. So we ended up eating, laid around the house that day, and then he ended up taking me shopping. So I, like, kind of pitched a fit, I guess, enough to where he was like, I need to shut her up and make her feel like, you know, I'm gonna do better. And one way to my heart, baby. I don't care what nobody says, is I'm off. I'm off. So I said, I want to go to Pink. I told y'all I was a Pink girly. I want to go to Bath & Body Works. I want to go to Coach. And I think we went to Neiman Marcus. So we went to Overbrook Mall, y'all. I was in Pink, having the time of my life, baby. I was picking up everything. Left that, went to Bath & Body Works. That man spent a good $1,500 that day. I had a new Coach purse. And at the time, Coach was popping. So, and there's nothing wrong with a Coach purse now, baby, because I will rock one in a minute. Got about 1, 3, 4, something like that. But went to Coach, then went to Neiman Marcus, and that's when he bought me my first pair of designer shoes. A lot of people didn't know, like, even
and
though,
it's
like,
funny, she ain't got none of this shit to show.
Loaded, like, I lived great. But my parents were smart about that money. They didn't put us in designer all the time because they wanted us to know both sides of the fence, which I can appreciate. So he bought me my first pair of like designer shoes, the Marc Jacobs. And y'all, baby, it was on me. I was like, oh yeah, okay. So now I'm back happy. He out the doghouse, baby. I didn't went on my shopping spree. You can't tell me nothing. My man, right? So we ended up going out to eat, and I ended up kind of expressing that to him, like, you know, I want us to be more serious. And I think I was falling more anyway, but I also felt a need for some security with him because I was very insecure with where I was just in general as a woman. Being with an older man, this was like one of the first older men I had really dealt with. And then like dealt with on this serious note where we were intimate, like, I was a real life adult in a relationship, and this was like a real life dating relationship, situationship thing. So, I did. I told him, I'm like, I want us to actually be together, like have a title. And so he was all for it. Little did I know that title extended to somebody else. So we'll say about a month or two go on. I told y'all we'd be going on these little getaways. So he was like, hey, let's go on a getaway. So we go on a little staycation. We go right, it's a little bit out of like Chicago, but not out of Illinois, if that makes sense. So this particular weekend, I'm like, okay, yeah, we can go. So we go to this little like resort. It's really nice. And so I end up leaving my car with my friends. And so they outside having a time. So me and him are there. We ended up, Hooters was like one of my favorite places to go food from. And so there was a Hooters not too far. I had saw it when we kind of drove in. And so he was like, you hungry? Like what you want to eat? And so I'm like, yeah, I want some Hooters. So we go to Hooters, we get our food to go, we go back to the room, and it's cold, y'all. It's cold at the time, so I'm really trying to like cuddle up, snuggle up. I'm not an outside person when it's cold, like I'm not your girl. I love to dress when it's cold, but I want to be cute for just like maybe that day, and then that's it. Like I'm going to the house, I'm cool. And so that's exactly what happened. We got the food, went back to the room. Me and him played cards because we were both gamblers, so we played us in space, played some deuces. Of course, I took all his dollars. And then he gets a call.
Listen.
And y'all, this is where I knew I wasn't the only female. Number one, I heard the female on the phone. And he tried so hard to turn the phone down really quick and walk away and act like he was going to the bathroom, but I'm not stupid. So he tells me like,
you is stupid.
I'm like, where you gotta go? Why you can't take me? He was like, nah, babe, it's cold. I know you don't like the cold. Like he's trying to feed me my lines for me as to why you can't take me. So I played it cool. I said, okay, cool. So I FaceTime my friends and I said, he just went to go get up with somebody. I don't know who it is, but evidently he had to go get up with them because he left, like, immediately. They was like, he left you in the hotel. I'm like, yeah, he left me in the room. I'm like, he didn't leave me, like, I'm stuck here, but he left me to go do what he's doing. The whole time, y'all, he's communicating.
I mean, he could if he wanted to.
He text. He called. Hey, babe, I'm on my way. Cool. He comes back in a decent amount of time, y'all. No bullshit. Decent amount of time. But he smelled like a straight female. Like a woman just sprayed him with body mist. Like
you right. Yeah, he playing the hell out of her.
Like he smells like
because he knows she's slow.
So
He
like,
figured that out long.
Where you go?
He figured that out in part one that she was slow as fuck.
She want to play too much. I had to run up there for my mama. That was my sister who called. Mind you, this supposed to be the same sister who needs party. Who was that? And so I'm like, okay, cool. Night go on.
And he had to run up there with the sister.
We go do like a little.
I thought the mama was in the hospital.
Resort thing or whatever. Cool. We have fun. He get a call again, y'all. He tried to do the same thing, but this time he can't like hide his face of the lady snapping in the phone. And so now I'm like, my time to shine. I'm trying to see what's going on. So he ends up saying, hey, I gotta take this call. Let me go on about my way. Okay, cool. He step off, take the call, come back. But y'all, like I said, I heard this lady going off in the phone. So now I'm like, but I ain't said shit. So we get upstairs. Now I'm acting a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little way. I'm in my feelings a little bit. I'm like, damn, what's going on. So he asked me, like, what's wrong? Why you acting like that? What I do? Why you got an attitude? All these things. And I'm like, I have an attitude. I know it was a female in the phone. He was like, I'm telling you, that's my sister. So he's still trying to feed me this sister thing. And so I tell her, call her back. If that's your sister, call her back. He calls the number back. They don't answer.
Of course.
So I'm not gonna lie. I assumed the girl was mad and just didn't want to talk to him anymore. I still never believed it was the sister. Sunday come, we check out. He drops me back at home. I get my car from my friends. But I got bright ideas. Because I know I'm missing answers from something. But we back with it, y'all. What's the word, birds? You already here with the boss mom, and we are back with
Y'all, we stopped at part 7. Yeah, I know. Naive. I ain't gonna say naive, Lynette. The thing about it is, with me, is the fact that okay, I understand that the money got her, and I don't believe that motherfucker. Cause what motherfucker you know what I'm saying? Hitting her off with money like that. Ain't shit. That shit don't happen like that. But anyway, very rarely that shit happen. But anyway, it was just I understand you don't want to you know, I don't know. I can't relate to that because if I'm gonna fuck with the nigga, I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna spit answers. Second of all, if I'm sitting there at the damn table with you and your phone ring, then I hear a damn bitch in the background, and you tell me you got to get up and walk to the next room to talk to them, and you didn't spaz the fuck out when you heard the voice. Come on, girl. That's the type of shit I'm talking about with her telling this story. You ain't the average black person telling this story. She ain't telling this for as in a black person and a black woman's state of mind. Cause ain't no all them flags that she sat here and been saying all along. Ain't no damn way no black woman would have put up with that shit. I don't give a fuck. Well, some of you, I don't know. Cause I don't give a fuck what kind of money he throwing or he putting out there. I ain't giving this motherfucker no. Shit. Mm-mm. Then you go to this nigga house after 3 what? You ain't been there, you said after 3 months, and you come there, got baby shit. What did she say? Some medicine. Didn't never say what the medicine was. What did she say? Women perfume. Again, she didn't spaz out. Claim that's when he took her to spend $1,500. I don't give a fuck if he went for her to spend $5,000. Nigga, who shit is that in that damn house? Come on now. No, she just don't. See, this just that one of these damn stories that, me and Fox agree. She's telling it as she go. She ain't thought about this damn story before she got up there and told it. This ain't the average black woman. And then this shit didn't happen. Yeah, she lying. Lynette said walk away is suspicious. Good night, David. Thank you for coming through, darling. Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. And then, like I said, she all over the damn place. And you ain't the average damn black woman. There ain't no way in the fuck. All this shit she done said, first of all, he seen, and them damn dude that's cheating like he cheating or trying to be secretive about his other life, he ain't gonna expose her to shit like that. He not gonna expose, I promise you he ain't. She gonna have to really be Inspector Gadget to find that type of shit out on him. He ain't gonna sit here and send you a picture. The picture that he sent was a picture of actually what she trying to say is his girlfriend, the baby mama, his mama, and but she still, I don't give a fuck how much. And ain't nobody telling her to leave the money. But you ain't got to be dumb. You ain't got to be. You ain't got to play dumb just because of the fact. I don't know. I don't know. Then you see on the back of his neck. And my thing is, if you think it's just a whole lot of. But with that being said, we will continue this tomorrow. All right, darlings. I love y'all. Let's stay prayed up. Exactly, Nick. That's what I'm saying. I know the fuck I wouldn't. Half the shit she keep talking about she putting up with, he doing and pulling. Ain't coming home, ain't answering his phone. You finding perfume, you hearing female. Come on now. But we will continue. And I will talk to y'all later. Y'all stay prayed up. Y'all say your prayers. Don't forget to pray for one another. People we know, people we don't know. And stay blessed. All right. And I love y'all. Mwah. Da, 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 da.